You surprised us really for you to, after we saw you on the RNC, that was unbelievable. Of course, the senator here, she was dynamic, wasn't she?
Yeah, absolutely. Small business.
First of all, I just want to say it's an honor to be here at Barisha's Pharmacy, and you know, everyone in Hollis, of course, knows Barish, and he talks to everyone, and so when you run for office, you want Barish on your side. I learned that early on when I was running for the United States Senate, and I'm just honored to know him as a friend, and certainly someone who believed in me early when I ran for office. So thank you for hosting us today, because I know that Governor Romney is also incredibly grateful to have your support and Allison's support. So thank you so much for having us. And our State Senator Jim Luther, it's great to see him today. And I know that our County Attorney Dennis Hogan and Gary Daniels, State Rep, and I know many of the local. Oh,
Carolyn, Jack Flanagan.
I got to pray. Jack's going to get in trouble for me.
Brookline first.
We've got a lot of great leaders here today from New Hampshire, and what we need is leadership for this country to really put our country on the right track. I am so privileged to serve you, and it's such an honor to serve New Hampshire. But I got to tell you, from the 2 years that I've spent in Washington, we need presidential leadership right now. We got another jobs report today. And what did we learn in the jobs report? With over 43 straight months of over 8% unemployment, we're still over 8% unemployment today. And here's the most disappointing part about it. We have the lowest labor participation rate in our workforce since 1981. So people are leaving the workforce. So if our unemployment rate drops at all, it's because people are leaving. And so it's unacceptable. And I listened very, very carefully last night to the President's speech to hear what is it that we can expect for 4 more years. And really where I came away from it is more of the same. There wasn't an economic plan that I heard that really is going to create a more positive climate for the private sector in this country. For small businesses like Barisha's, I know so many of you in this room have been incredibly successful starting your own business, working very hard to do that. The regulatory climate is incredibly difficult right now under this administration, and Governor Romney really understands that. And I put up the 2 records of how, if you were hiring someone for a job, would you look at what was their performance? Look at the performance on every measure, on the jobs measure, in the last 4 years of where our country is. It's been a stagnant economy. We're not getting the results from the policies that he put in place. Really, and the debt is an issue that I'm just terrified of. $16 trillion in debt. We've added $5 trillion under this president, and we've not had the type of leadership we need to get our fiscal house in order in Washington. In fact, the budget that we all talked about last night that was touted, his fiscal plan, please remember that fiscal plan didn't get 1 vote from a member of his own party when it was put up before the House of Representatives and the House of Senate in the Senate. That's not leadership. We need leadership. And when I think about Governor Romney, when he governed in Massachusetts, it's not easy to put together a balanced budget when a majority of the legislature you have is of the opposite party. But that takes real leadership. And he was able to take a $3 billion shortfall and put $2 billion in the rainy day fund. That's the type of leadership, and that's why I got behind him early. I know that he has the right background, experience to make sure that our economy grows, that we create that climate for small businesses to thrive in the private sector, to get our fiscal house in order, and we preserve the greatest country on earth. And I'm honored to be here today with Lieutenant Governor Healey, because she worked very personally with Governor Romney. She can tell you what it's like to work with someone like Mitt Romney, to see his work ethic, to see his problem-solving skills, and why so firmly she has been proud to lead with him. And so I've gotten the chance to get to know her better today. I'm so impressed. I was so impressed with her speech at the convention, but she really knows what a great American and what Mitt Romney will do for this country to solve our problems. and to make sure that America remains strong. So with that, I turn it over.
Thank you. So how lucky is New Hampshire? Kelly's just a wonderful spokesperson for the Romney campaign here in New Hampshire, and I want you all to know, and I want to thank Varish. Where's Varish? Where have you gone?
Prescription. Small business.
Small business.
You got it. Good job. But I want to thank you all for coming out because I've set off some excitement here. Thank you very much.
I apologize, there's customers here, and customers comes first.
They do come first, always.
Because I'm a professional in healthcare. I think the oath of office is where the health of the citizens of New Hampshire is a priority. The health and the welfare. Since I sit on the board of pharmacy. But this is really, I'm going to tell you something. In 07, it was March 1st of 07, who was here? Governor Romney.
Oh yeah.
There is the picture right there. Yeah, it was in the chicken, over there, the parents, they are saying hello over there, and he was confused. He thought there was roosters here. But it's just really an honor and privilege for the two most powerful women in the Republican Party are here. What an honor for Hollis for them to be here, especially in my store. You can't believe how much I appreciate that, Senator and Lieutenant Governor, now that we met you here.
Thank you very much.
We make sure that always come over here, and you're always welcome, and
we were waiting for her to speak.
Governor Romney is so excited about businesses like this one, and he knows how to grow businesses like this one, and unlike President Obama last night, who had no details about what he would do differently if he were given another 4 years, or how he could change America. Governor Romney's been very clear. He's been very specific about what he would want to do. And first on his plan is he wants North American energy independence. Well, what does that mean? It means working with Canada and working with Mexico and using every source of energy that we have here in this country, including gas, including coal, including oil that we have in abundance, and bringing those jobs that are associated with all that here to the U.S. and making us independent of countries that are taking our money and using them to support terrorism, using them to support agendas that are anti-American. We need to keep that money home. We need to have our control of ourselves and our energy resources so that we can thrive. And in the process, we're going to create jobs, and we are going to become a much healthier and growing economy. So that's number one. And he's very clear about how to do it. Trust me, anyone involved in the coal industry or the gas industry or the oil industry has had a horrible time under the Obama administration getting any okays to do anything, to start any new job. He blocked the pipeline that's coming in from Canada. Canada's now looking to China instead of the U.S. as a client. How tragic is that? We should be Canada's major trading partner, not China. So first and foremost, energy. Second, what is he going to do for small businesses like Barish's? Well, he's going to look at regulations that entangle small businesses and make it harder for them to just function, just eats up their time. Because, a small business person, how many hours a week do you spend working here?
8 to 8.
8 to 8, okay.
And thanks for the road. If it wasn't for the road, we wouldn't be having this. When I heard that...
But you know what? You paid taxes that built that. Yes. Okay. Don't worry about it. So you're good.
27 years Lieutenant Governor. I know how much taxes I pay.
I bet you do. And beyond that, he wants to lower taxes for all Americans, but especially for the middle classes, and he wants to make sure that those folks who would be caught up in the tax hikes that President Obama has proposed would be people who run businesses like this. Small business people who often pay the individual income tax rate. Kelly just told me an astounding figure that she often speaks about, that 25% of the people who work in America work for small businesses that pay that individual income tax rate. So imagine, that's exactly who Obama wants to tax more. He's characterizing them as the rich. And you know what? These are job creators. These are entrepreneurs. These are small business people. And guess what? Women own the majority of small businesses in America. So when he's throwing out all of these statistics, when he's saying what he's going to do for America, his plans don't connect with that. But Mitt Romney's do. So he wants to lower taxes on folks who have small businesses. He wants to take away those obstructions that they have in regulations. And also he wants to repeal Obamacare. How important is that? You know, when you look at surveys of small businesses, 75% of small business owners say that they are hesitant to add a job, just one job, because of Obamacare, because they don't know how it's going to work for them. They don't know what it's going to cost them. And that uncertainty is just absolutely holding back our recovery. If every small business in the country could add just one job, we would be well on our way to a robust economy. And so many businesses have money that they're saving and that they could use for hiring. But they're not spending it because they don't know. They're worried about Obamacare. They know it's going to cost them more. They don't know how much more. They know that maybe President Obama will be reelected and he wants to raise their taxes. And so they're not going to create that next job. That's how we have ended up with these really sad job figures that we saw today. 23 million people in the United States either out of work, so discouraged they stopped looking for work, or working in jobs that are not appropriate for them, that are not the right job, that's paying way less than they ought to be making. And that's a tragic situation. Over the course of the time that Obama has been in office, he's actually never gotten to the point where he's created one net job. He's created 0 net jobs the entire time he's been in office. Governor Romney has created more jobs in Massachusetts than President Obama has created his 4 years in office. You've created more jobs in this town than President Obama has created in his 4 years in office. So we thank you. We're just here to thank you.
It's, you know, since 2002 I've been on the Board of Pharmacy to serve the state, and since 2002 I've been a selectman. I have a fellow selectman here. Where's Peter Bayer, and we both serve on the Board of Select. We're still active selectmen, and we have this next door town. What is it called, Jack? I forget. Yeah, it's an honor to know Jack Flanagan. There's another great selectman. I mean, we are in such a, this is one of the best towns in New Hampshire. It's, I mean, when Senator Ayotte ran for an office, I mean, you should see how the whole town was behind 100%. It's unbelievable, unbelievable.
Well, I think we almost have the whole town here with us tonight, this afternoon.
I apologize because this was only on 48 hours. This is usually these places have people packed in here, and usually
you're staying on a ladder.
Okay. Well, I would just want to make sure that all of you know that Governor Romney is coming close by, and we
Nashua tonight. We'd love to have you.
Got to get the ticket though, right? You got to go online and get the ticket.
Hollis Stadium, and I'm sure that there are people here who could connect you with tickets if you need a ticket. Thank you for coming out.
We hope you'll come.
And we hope you'll all come and hear firsthand, you know, the Romney-Ryan message that is going to save this country. And thank you, and God bless you all.